Hello.
Hey guys.
Sadly, it's our last day at Atlantis. It was good. It was a good time.
It was a lot of fun.
You have to talk a little louder though.
We had some great experiences. It was a lot of fun.
It was
Definitely
good.
gonna miss this view though. It's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, the view was awesome. We just wanted to kind of do a few minutes of do's and do nots and stuff that we learned here, and just kind of give you some advice if you guys come down to Atlantis or the Bahamas or anything.
Yeah, a little bit of tips and tricks that we've learned since being here.
So, first off, let's just do kind of what our favorite spots were here and so forth. So, what was your favorite resort?
Favorite resort was probably the Royal Towers. It's very centrally located. Everything kind of is right around it, so it's easy access to everything. It's gorgeous. It's what you see on all the commercials. But like, there's great dining experiences over there. There's great pools over there. The water park's very close to it, so it's just very easily located. It's centrally located, so it's nice and easy.
I liked the resort we stayed at, which is the beach.
Yeah, the beach tower.
Beach tower was nice. It's really, really close to the water. It's not far at all, as you can see from that panoramic view I just did. But the nicest one I thought was the Cove, but
Cove's gorgeous.
you have to be really baller to go there. We heard that there was some celebrities here, and they all kind of stay at the Cove, so it's not really for the economic type of stay. So you definitely have to have a lot of money. But yeah, in terms of pools, what was your favorite pool?
I think I don't know what it was called, but the pool over by the Cove was one of my favorites. It was really cool. It had like ruins, fake ruins in it, and like little cave spots that you could hide in.
Yeah, it had like Playboy Mansion type little inlets that you could go into these caves with the waterfalls and everything. You could sit in there. It's kind of loud, but it was really nice.
Yeah, it was just really cool because you could kind of get away from people, but you were still in the pool and you were shaded as well. And as you can see, we got fried.
Yeah.
And we put a ton of sunscreen on every single day.
Yeah. I think my favorite pool was. I like that one too, actually.
Yeah.
That one was really nice.
It was one of the biggest too, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it was huge, and it just had like really cool setup. If we're talking about like man-made bodies of water, I really liked the lazy rivers that they had here. Like there was the Rapid River. Is that what it's called? Raging Rapid.
I think
Yeah.
it's called.
That
It's
one
pretty
was
intense.
really fun. But if you're fragile, probably don't go there, because it's like it really is some areas of like rapids, and they like throw you into some of the cement walls that they have there, and so you gotta like be on your toes kind of. But that was nice, and we have the lazy river right here. That was pretty cool. It's kind of short, but it was good.
It's small, and there's spots where you get stuck a little bit. But it was nice to not have to like worry about if you were to hit something.
Yeah.
Or even if you bumped into somebody, it wasn't gonna hurt because it was very calm.
The other cool thing about the raging rapids or whatever was there was forks in the road, and so you could like take certain pathways that brought you into that funky looking building over there that like has a bunch of slides in it, so you could kind of like detour into a building, then take you down this cool like water slide, and then you come back out, catch onto the rapid again, and then keep on going. It's kind of lame how they do like the tube distribution. Is kind of like
Yeah.
every man for himself. So it kind of gets a little crazy.
Well, the first time we went on it wasn't that bad, and then when we went yesterday, it was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was.
I thought people were gonna get in fights almost.
Yeah, it was good though. It was good time. In terms of breakfast, what's your favorite breakfast place around here?
I think it would be a toss-up between Poseidon's Table and the deli. Poseidon's Table was really awesome to sit down and like you just got this awesome view of the aquarium. If you went to a certain one, there's two. We sat basically in the Royal Towers right by the aquarium, and that was really cool. It wasn't too badly priced either.
It's like $35 a day or a person.
Yeah, and that included the gratuity and the tax.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But
that was pretty awesome to just see all the fish while you're eating.
It was like full panoramic fish tank while you're getting your food, and
yeah, I mean,
it's a nice
you can spend
view.
that amount of money on buffets back home, and you don't get that view.
Yeah, and plus, like if you went to somewhere that didn't have that nice scenery, it was still going to cost you like $45-50 anyway. So for $20, it's like you get much more, a much better selection of food plus this cool view. So.
Yeah. And then the deli was just a great place. You could sit down and eat there, or you can just grab and go, which was nice for days that we were, we didn't want to sit down or just wanted to save a little bit of money. Yeah. Had to kind of get going for the day.
There was Starbucks, like I think there's 3 or 4 Starbucks around here.
There's a good amount.
So you can get, the coffee you want, but when you go to Poseidon's Table or the deli, you were getting like just generic hot brew coffee kind of stuff. But it was good. It was a good time. For lunch, what was your favorite lunch spot?
In terms of like ambiance and just like a really cool view again, it would be, I think it's called Pluto's Table? I forget. It's this dome-shaped building over there. You can see it from our room. It's really, really cool. And you've just got fish all around you again. You can see the hammerhead sharks and everything.
Right here, this shell-shaped dome thing right here. That's I would say it's pretty underestimated news. The food's halfway decent.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't amazing, but it was all outside. You had like a full fish tank pretty much all around you, and
underneath
really nice.
you too, because the dig, which is one of the like pathways that you can see all the fish, leads into that. So it was really cool.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
What about you?
I think
you didn't say your favorite breakfast places either.
I did. Well, I agreed with you.
Oh, okay.
I liked the deli, but we both really liked that Poseidon's Table thing with the aquarium. Lunch, I don't really know if we didn't go to too many lunch places.
We just did a lot of quick service, we'll call them. Grab and goes.
Yeah.
Little places by
sometimes
the pool.
we like skipped lunch because we drank so much that we just passed out, and then by the time we knew it was dinner time. So it's kind of like not every day thing. But I did like the dome place, and we didn't really do any other lunches, I guess.
No, I mean a lot of times we grabbed, like we had leftovers from dinner, so we would come back, take a nap, eat here, and then kind of go back out for the evening.
Yeah.
So, which was nice because we saved a lot of money that way too.
Yeah, we did. In terms of dinner, though, what was your favorite dinner spot?
Hands down.
Nobu.
Nobu.
She likes sushi. I like sushi too. Nobu was definitely good. Yeah, it's your spot. So what do you like about it?
The ambiance again was great. It was really nice. Wood everywhere, but like in different forms, which was really cool. I think last night when we sat at the sushi bar, that was my favorite. You just got to watch them make sushi all night, and see all the different types. And even though we're not as crazy when it comes to sushi, we don't get into like the octopus or anything like that. It was cool to see.
Yeah, we pretty much just do salmon and tuna for the most part, and like they created these displays and platters that like were just really, really impressive. I wish I took more pictures or videos of it, but it's kind of hard to. But they were on point. It was like the best sushi making guy. I don't even know what you call it, but the guy who was doing it was just so good at it. He was killing it. And the only thing you got to know about Naboo is it's super expensive. So
it is, and they'll suggest that you like start towards the beginning and kind of like it's made to be like a 5 or 7 course meal. We didn't do it that way. We wanted kind of when we go out for sushi or Chinese food, Japanese food, we just kind of pick and choose what we want. So like I had the miso soup, which was amazing. We had the edamame to start with, which was really, really good. And then we got sushi, we got the spicy tuna roll and the salmon avocado roll. And then I got scallop tempura, which was on point. It was so good.
There was also, when we were watching the guy make it, he made this like, he took like a brick of fried, well it wasn't fried rice, well it was fried rice I guess, but it wasn't like what you think when you think fried rice. It was like a brick of white rice fried, and then cut it into bite sizes, and then put sashimi tuna right on top with like a bunch of nice little dressings and stuff. It was unreal.
It's called
like,
crispy rice.
I've never even seen that before. My favorite dinner place, if you want like the bohemian feel of, you know, like all the types of foods that they kind of eat here, we didn't get too into like conch shells or any of that stuff, but like what was that, the
Bimini Road?
Yeah, Bimini Road. That was like really it's probably not that authentic, but it just, for Whitey from the States, it felt pretty authentic. I just got ribs, so it wasn't really like crazy, but I liked that place, but I really liked the Italian place.
Carmine's.
It was so good. The food was amazing, but you have to remember that they, for some reason, they do like a family style type of service. So like, if you get a chicken parm, it is enough chicken parm for at least 4 people. It's a crap ton.
4 adults.
It's a crap ton of food. Like we got 1 chicken parm platter, and it lasted us like 3 meals. We just brought it home, brought it back to the room, and just kept eating it like for lunch a couple days or whatever. It was an insane amount of food, and I kind of wish they didn't do that, but the food was really, really good.
I can imagine like for a large family, it would definitely be beneficial. For 2 people, it's definitely a lot of food.
Yeah.
Again, it saved us money. We ate it for like lunch one day and dinner another day.
But we looked at the menu originally with all the prices, and I crapped my pants when I saw it was like $50 for a chicken parm and $100 for steak. I was like, what is going on? And then she came out and was like, just remember, this is a lot of food in one serving. And I was way relieved because it was still only like probably $100 and something for us to eat there, but we had enough food for like 2 other meals, so it was good.
The only thing that stuck though is like, usually we like to do a salad to go with something
it was
like
just
that, and we weren't going to pay $30 for a large salad that
it was gonna
obviously
go bad.
you're not going to eat again.
Yeah, it was a lot of food.
But it was good.
So what was your favorite drink?
Bahama Mama.
And mine was the Bombay Smash. So she wasn't Bahama Mama is frozen, right?
No.
Okay.
The frozen drinks were good, but they like filled you up, and you could only have like one.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but when it's so hot here, you do want something that's refreshing as well. And I found that these drinks were refreshing.
Yeah.
And kept our buzz going.
Yeah, it was good. It was like a lot of booze in one drink, so you
definitely
really only,
strong. I mean,
you only needed 2 or 3, and you were feeling really good.
Yeah, they're like $10-12, but they feel good.
Yeah. So the other thing about the drinks was they were that pricey, so we kind of like didn't drink as many, which is kind of a good thing, I guess. But like,
You did it?
I didn't feel like I drank as many.
No.
I mean, the last night I got pretty sauced up, but for the most part, I tried to like
Yeah,
just
no, we were pretty good.
maintain 3 or 4 drinks a day or something like that. Yeah, the Goombay Smash, I like that a lot.
They're basically rum drinks with juice.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But like rum from here, which is different from rum back home.
So if you've ever been here before, and when we were talking to people who have been here before, a lot of people were like buying booze from the market off the property, and then bringing it here and having their drinks in their rooms, and then enjoying the day, but not spending as much money, which we should have done, but we didn't really make the connection that the liquor store was like a block away, and probably should have, but that's all right. We still had a good time. In terms of things to do here, like we'll do a little do's and don'ts right now. We highly recommend the dolphins. That was awesome. We went swimming with the dolphins. We did the deep water swim with the dolphins, so they like let us take our pictures with them and get up close and personal on like a little shallow shore area where we did like tricks with them and whatever.
Give them a high five, give them a kiss.
Yeah, and then they took our picture doing that, and then they gave us boogie boards, and we got they pushed our feet, and like we were probably going 10-15 miles an hour across the water, and then they drop us off. We all waited for everybody else, and then we actually got to go out into deeper water with our goggles and like swim with them and like touch them when they go by, and it was just so cool to do that.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite event here.
It was really cool.
Another thing that we did, that was the one and only thing that we really did off property, was we went to this place that was recommended to us by a guy that we met at the bar. It was called the Tiki Bikini Hut, and basically it was like it's what they call downtown, but it's just this one spot where a guy named Byron runs the show. He's got a bunch of guys with him, and you can drink for like their deal at the time, well, their advertised deal, which kind of changed when we got there, but it was still a good deal. Was 4 local beers and 4 liqueur shots. They weren't really they weren't straight vodka or anything. It was just like Blue Ciroc. Okay, so it was like cheap stuff. But 4 shots, 4 beers, and no cost to like just chill on the beach. And they brought out like these beach chairs and an umbrella. They know that you're a tourist, so they really try to make you feel at home kind of deal.
Yeah, their whole thing was, you're on vacation, like I'll do it.
Yeah, like they didn't even want us to touch a lawn chair because they were like, no, you're on vacation, man, relax. But it was awesome. The only thing that was sketchy was
we were the first ones there.
Right. So
at like 11:30.
There's at least 1 or 2 cruise ships that seem to have come in every single day. On that day, it was 3 cruise ships, but I was excited to go, so we got breakfast and we took off and got a taxi and went down to downtown,
which was about $15
It's $15 and super sketchy. Like driving over there, basically, if you're not on the resort, everyone off of the resort has basic, you know, they have their basic necessities filled. Like, so, you know, they have water, they probably have toilets, they have housing, but it's pretty run down. It's, you know, it's ghetto. It's like broken down houses. It was pretty ghetto. So he was taking us through these back roads, and it was like we got really uncomfortable. I was like hiding my money, and it was a little sketchy. So then we got there, and the cruise ships hadn't arrived yet, so we were literally the first tourists on the beach, and they were really friendly, but I was pretty uncomfortable, and Nicole was definitely uncomfortable.
You don't know what their motive is.
Right, and
like you're unfamiliar with it. And yes, they were super nice, and like no one was ever mean or aggressive towards us.
No.
But we were a little unsure to begin with, so
right.
you know, I was definitely uncomfortable.
Right. So we get there, and a little sketchy at first, but then the cruise ships had started docking, and then people were unloading and coming over to the downtown area, and that's when more tourists showed up to the beach. Once there was like, you know, 2 or 3 other couples or families there, we started to feel a little more comfortable with the situation, and half an hour later, there was like probably 100 people on the beach, and everyone was having a wicked good time. We kind of took off after a couple hours, but it was a lot of fun. So
we were there for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I definitely recommend the Tiki Bikini Hut. It was a lot of fun. But you know, just be careful, and
don't go late. I mean, yeah, we went really early, but if you go around noon, you're probably pretty good.
Yeah, I think we got up. We probably showed up at like 10:30, 11, and that probably was a little early. But the one thing I would say about downtown is like there's not really any other reason to go down there. Like,
no, I mean they have shops and they have like your novelty items, but I mean that didn't really interest us. I don't really need a T-shirt that says the Bahamas on it.
Right. It was like if you ever been to Cali, it's kind of like Venice Beach, but like a really run-down Venice Beach, and a lot of like locals there that are kind of, you know,
the Chinese
some
that
sketchy.
seem to take over a lot of it as well, and they're doing like mass construction.
Yeah, they're building like a nice mall over there, and they're I don't know. It was a good time. Just you don't need to go down. Everything that you want is in Atlantis, or you know, next to Atlantis, one of these other resort areas that aren't part of this company. But it was good. It was a good time.
Yeah, you think you're saving a couple bucks, but really in the end of it, it's not really worth it. I mean, it's $15 each way for a taxi to get there, so you're spending $30 round trip to get there. What, to save $10? It's not worth it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
unless you're gonna stock up on a bunch of stuff. If you're going there to buy a T-shirt a little bit cheaper.
It was a good experience, though. It was like
the Tiki Bikini Hut was awesome, but I'm just saying you don't need to go shopping.
Right.
Go across the street.
Yeah. And in terms of like do nots, we got a letter from Atlantis Resort that said not to invest or partake in any of the water activities that were happening out here in this view that we have. There's jet skis, banana boats, and parasailing, and they all come from the mainland and drive their stuff over here, and then they basically, you know, coax you into partaking. And the problem is that none of them are insured. You never know if their gear is good. You're not guaranteed your safety. So we decided not to partake in that because they were also like kind of sketchy salespeople. But
yeah, they come right up to you while you're sitting on the beach and they're like, jet
come on,
skis, let's go.
Yeah, but we don't recommend doing that because
I mean, we
you don't want
know
anyone to get
people
hurt.
that went out there and
Yeah,
had a
there's
great
people
time.
doing it all the time.
And everything, but we just didn't want to risk it for our sake, and jet ski when we get back home.
Right. So we don't recommend that you do the jet ski stuff. We also
It's just not worth it.
Again, talking about like leaving the mainland, don't even consider being off of Paradise Island, which is this spot.
Yeah.
Don't leave this place after dark, or don't be away from Paradise Island after dark, because it's super sketch. It's like Gangsterville out there, and people are like, trying to see if you want to buy anything like
they know you're tourists.
Illegal. Well, they're just like there's a lot of like illegal stuff that happens. So just like be wary of that, and just stay on the Atlantis area once the sun goes down, because there's tons of stuff to do. There's casinos, there's dinner, there's dancing, there's movies, there's entertainment of all sorts.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another thing we didn't talk about. The comedy club. We went to Joker's Wild, and it was awesome. It was a good time. It was funny as hell. Pretty raunchy, but it was a wicked good time. And they definitely get some pretty good talent in there. Some of the guys weren't that great, but the head comedian was pretty funny, and just lastly, like, just some pointers here. Prepare to spend money. It costs a lot of money to do this, and the one thing we weren't expecting was that they were going to put a $150 hold on our room every single day for something. I don't even understand what it was, but basically they just like ensure that they're going to get that
$150 security deposit.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
But it's daily,
every single
$150
day.
daily, and they take the whole chunk of it up front.
Yeah. On top of that, we were getting back to the tax situation. Every single thing on the island is VAT tax, which is I don't remember what it was, but it's some type of
Value-added tax.
Right, value-added tax. So their tax system here is kind of weird, but they basically every single step of the process between the manufacturer to the wholesaler to the retailer to the end consumer, they tax 15% every single time. So, or no, 7.5% every single time. So everything has a 7.5% tax. It's kind of confusing at first, but we just kind of accepted it, and it ended up being we spent like $1,600 on everything on our room card, and spent $100 in taxes. So that kind of sucked. And then they also put a 15% tax or tip gratuity thing on everything too. So be prepared for that. So you're pretty much looking at like
at least when you tax, you usually, or when you add a tip, you're usually doing about 18-20%. So 15 isn't that bad when you're going out to dinner, but that 15
but they guarantee
is
it.
Added to if you're getting French fries and chicken nuggets, if you're getting
Drinks.
a coffee, if you're getting drinks, like it's added to everything.
So
food related.
Don't feel bad when you only put a $2 tip on a $50 item, because they're already getting their 15%. It's not a big deal.
I mean, I didn't add tax, or I didn't add more money if I got chicken nuggets and French fries.
Right. There's certain things that's like, you just handed me a can of beer, you didn't even open it or anything. It's like, I'm not going to give you a bigger tip. Although, I appreciate your service, but that's kind of the one sucky part about it, was how much money we had to spend, but it was worth it. Like, how often are we going to do this,
Totally understand why they do it, though. I mean, it's hot out, and they're outside all day doing this. So.
And then the other thing is bring a shit ton of sunscreen. You cannot bring enough sunscreen.
It's expensive here.
The two of us went through half a spray bottle every single day. So bring more sunscreen than you ever think you'll use, because you'll probably use all of it.
Because you definitely need to reapply here.
And we ran out, and we went to the like merchant place, whatever you call it, down
Little
the
convenience store.
yeah. It was one can of 70 SPF was $30, so it's wicked expensive. Bring as much as you can because you don't want to buy it here.
I would definitely bring like 5 cans even just for 2 people, and if you have a family, double it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like no joke, 10 cans if you're a family of 4.
Right.
Because you're just constantly spraying on a good layer. Like we would put it on before we went for breakfast. We would come back, change, put more on, and then put more on again later in the evening because the sun is hot even after 7 o'clock. It's still 80, 90 degrees here.
Yeah, yeah. A couple other things from personal experience. Cigars, if you want a good cigar, they're in the casino. There's this little 10 by 10 cigar shop, and they have plenty of great cigars. They're, you know, a little pricey, but that was nice. The other thing is, oh, they sell Cubans too. Last thing that I was going to say is, if I had family or kids, I would not bring kids here unless they were over 48 inches, because otherwise they're not going to have that much fun. A lot of the rides require you to be 48 inches or taller, and also you're just, you know, it's just like, this is kind of more of an adult place. It's not really like Disney. Don't expect the magic here, because it's not. It's like half-naked people everywhere.
Well, you've got like a melting pot of people from all over the world.
People smoking butts left and right. It's just like not really a place for little kids, but a lot of people did bring little kids. It's just
you want to have a different experience.
If you want to have the best time possible, wait till they're 4 feet tall, and then bring them, because then they'll have way more fun. You'll have more fun. Everybody will have a good time.
And on another note too, like their liquor liability, or like they don't care.
They don't card anybody
as much.
Like I'm pretty sure we saw like 15, 16-year-old kids drinking. So like,
the age limit is 18 here, but they'll ask you if you're 18, and you can say yes or no, and like they don't ask for your ID. They're just like, yeah, you're 18. Okay, cool. Here you go.
Yeah. If you're concerned about that, like, you know, that's something to really think about. And
yeah, even if your 16-year-old went up to the bar and asked for a pina colada, they're gonna ask if they want
rum in it or not.
Yeah. And like just no questions asked, really.
So just be
so
weary.
If you're cool with that, then that's fine. But just a heads up so you guys know.
Yeah. But otherwise, we had a freaking awesome time, and we can't wait to come back. And yeah, we'll probably do a carnival thing or a cruise ship next time, and just spend like a day or 2 here, and then go to some other spots. But it was wicked fun.
Yeah, definitely come here if you do a cruise.
And yeah, everything here was a good time.
All right,
stay on the island.
we gotta check out.
Peace.
Bye.